Hand an AI an 835-page technical manual and instruct it to build the SQLite database from scratch. No source code, no internet. A single frontier model completes this task with a 100% pass rate. The compute cost totals $10,565. A hybrid swarm achieved the exact same pass rate for $1,339. Both runs operated under identical time constraints and were evaluated blindly against the same millions of test queries. This gap indicates that orchestration architecture, rather than raw model capability, has become the primary determinant of intelligence economics. This efficiency relies on a bifurcated model swarm that treats a massive task as a recursively descending tree. High-cost frontier models at the root nodes operate as planners, breaking abstract goals into delegable subtasks. Down at the leaf nodes, fast, inexpensive models operate as workers, executing narrow, specific chunks of the plan. The swarm enforces a strict operational boundary. Planners are blocked from writing code, and workers are forbidden from planning. Assigning high-cost judgment to root nodes and low-cost labor to leaf nodes drops cost without sacrificing output quality. Assigning a single agent to a massive software project exposes the structural limits of AI working memory. The failure point is context drift. This is the cognitive breakdown that occurs when an agent attempts to hold the macro architecture and the micro implementation in its working memory simultaneously. The agent is forced to choose between focusing on the immediate file and holding the macro design. It inevitably loses focus on one, resulting in flawed, highly localized code. The economist Ronald Coase argued that organizational coordination costs grow significantly faster than the work itself. Firms solve this by settling into bounded tiers of work, rather than letting every unit communicate with every other unit. The multi-agent swarm applies this principle to silicon. Its tree structure bypasses context drift by physically isolating the working memory of its agents. Because planners never write code, their context window never fills up with syntax, debugging, or low-level implementation details. Workers, freed from the burden of macro planning, can dedicate 100% of their context to perfecting one narrow piece of work. Measure parallel processing is a secondary benefit. The mechanical advantage of the swarm comes from this context efficiency. Unoptimized swarms fail because they layer autonomous speed on top of human infrastructure, like Git, which relies on coarse locks meant for human tempo. Earlier iterations of this swarm building a web browser peaked at a speed of 1,000 commits per hour. The target speed for the new database swarm is 1,000 commits per second. Pushing an agent swarm to operate at that massive density without custom orchestration causes an immediate and catastrophic structural collapse. In initial tests, the unoptimized swarm generated over 70,000 unresolvable merge conflicts. It suffered split brain failures, redundantly building the same concepts. The codebase bloated, sprawling into 54 redundant crates and over 64,000 lines of code. Managing this massive velocity required discarding human version control for a custom system built from scratch. This agent-native infrastructure processes 1,000 commits per second, acting as the primary collision detection layer. To resolve collisions, the system deploys a neutral third-party resolution agent. When agents collide on a file, this specialized model intervenes and merges the logic, so workers never pause to absorb each other's context. To prevent split-brain redundancy, planners log decisions in shared design documents. Any code depending on those decisions carries a compile-checked reference back to the document, forcing a single source of truth. With these systems active, the new swarm dropped its conflict rate from 70,000 down to under 1,000. The resulting code was tight. The swarm completed the entire database in exactly 9 crates and under 10,000 lines of code. Multi-agent intelligence requires infrastructure designed strictly for the physics of silicon. Biological swarms use a mechanism called stigmergy, where complex organisms coordinate by altering their shared environment, rather than talking directly to each other. This was applied through the field guide, a dynamic folder owned and curated by the agents to document surprising encounters for their successors. Because the underlying model weights are frozen, automatically injecting this curated index into every new worker's starting context is the only way the swarm can institutionalize knowledge. The swarm also audits its own environment, using stacked review lenses, where different models with varying training profiles evaluate the code to catch localized errors. Equipping an agent swarm with environmental memory and decorrelated review prevents small probabilistic errors from compounding into structural failure. The token data from the hybrid run isolates exactly where the economic leverage lives. By volume, the low-cost worker models processed over 90% of the total tokens, but the cost proportions invert. Despite producing a tiny fraction of the total token volume, the planner models consumed roughly 2/3 of the total budget. This discrepancy illustrates the severe price premium API providers place on frontier reasoning tokens compared to execution tokens. Inside a massive project, very few moments genuinely require expensive frontier intelligence. Architectural decomposition and weighing critical trade-offs demand it. Following detailed, explicit instructions does not. Treating a frontier model as bulk labor is an economic failure. Separating high-end judgment from commodity execution allows the system to scale intelligence while keeping the budget decoupled from raw token volume. Each jump in software automation has raised the level of abstraction, moving from single lines of code to relying on agents for entire features. With swarms, the fundamental unit of work becomes the spec. In this model, the multi-agent swarm operates as a probabilistic compiler. It takes abstract prose, like the 835-page SQLite manual, and recursively lowers that intent into mathematically verified logic. A traditional compiler preserves meaning at every step of translation. The swarm makes probabilistic jumps at every node, requiring constant infrastructural guardrails to close the gap between instruction and execution. As orchestration infrastructure drives the cost of complex execution toward zero, the mechanics of writing code cease to be the bottleneck. The only scarce resource left in engineering is the precise articulation of intent.